Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. I thought I'd edit this Game 3 breakdown in real time as I went through it. So first up, the first quarter, which had very little indication of what was to come in the second and third. First up, we see motion weak by the Warriors as Steph shallow cuts to the weak side. Notice the lack of execution on the flex action near the right block. Clay can't set the screen, Green doesn't set his man up, and then Thompson doesn't use the down screen, which means he's not in position to take the elbow screen from Curry. The possession dies at this point, and they get a disjointed Draymond 3 that misses badly. The Warriors have been letting Draymond and Clay bring the ball up to get Curry coming off of screens to start the possession. OKC switches this twice, and Curry is happy to ISO out top against Adams, who continues his incredibly tough play by doing the unthinkable, blocking a Curry step-back hop quick release 3. Durant opened up the game in the first by raining fire from the outside on a variety of tough jumpers. Off this baseline out of bounds, a solid screen by Adams gets a sliver of daylight, good contest by Barnes, better shot by KD. The Warriors' bread and butter is a low post entry into an elbow split. Because it's Draymond out top and Curry on the wing, it's a flare screen. Again, OKC switches most everything, leaving them vulnerable to the backdoor cut by the screener. On this Westbrook 3, he turns his back to the court to yell at the ref for a phantom foul, not knowing that his man Curry is now running down the court with the ball. This forces Ibaka to pick him up, who gets it in his face with this step back 3. On the simple and oft-used pin down on the right side for KD, the pocket pass gets Clay all out of sorts. No need for him to rotate or go for a fake to Robertson on the perimeter, yet he does, opening up the entire lane for a nice Russ drive. Unfortunately, Russ ends up on the floor, forcing Robertson to pick up Steph and Adams onto Clay, who blows right by him for the layup. Donovan also went to the high pick and roll with Durant and whomever Bogut was guarding. Bogut is way too far behind the play, lets KD get to the free throw line, then taps him on the wrist for an and one. We just showed you a low post split with Draymond and Curry. Here's one where Curry is out top, so he gets the screen coming around towards the post. Westbrook couldn't play this any worse, and gets away with murder when Steph can't hit it. OKC steals the low post split play from the Warriors, throwing it to KD and then setting a flare for Russ. Because Ezeli started out guarding Robertson, he is free to double down low. Russ attacks nicely on the catch and finds Robertson exactly how the Warriors want him, wide open from the three-point line, but he calmly knocks this one down. Klay Thompson just seemed to be off from the beginning, throwing this lob too far to the right, something that's almost impossible to do when floating in the air to the left. We had an early Dion frickin' Waiters alert with this blow-by of Draymond Green, which sucks in Ezeli, and Waiters shows terrific vision to find Ibaka with the wraparound for the monster dunk. Watch the Warriors run motion into horns with the high post entry. They get a pin down for Curry by Clay, and on the obligatory switch by the Thunder, Clay gets a free pass to the rim, but Draymond throws a weak pass and Russ shows off his incredible athleticism to recover and get the steal. Another way to combat the Warriors' ignoring of Robertson is to have him screen the ball. It would seem to play right into the Warriors' hands to have Robertson get it on the short roll, but if he continues to make excellent passes like this, the Warriors might have to rethink their strategy. The Thunder started to take control, and on this drag screen, Russ takes it back to the baseline and finds a seam for the nifty bounce pass. And Ezeli's way behind the play, especially considering he was on Robertson. With Cantor and Adams in there together, it forces Adams to guard Iguodala, and the Warriors made a run here running the loop for Ian Clark with 3 straight screens along the baseline. It turns into floppy with Iguodala back on the right side, and they get yet another split off the low post, with Curry setting the flare for Iguodala, and Adams can't keep up to contest this 3. The Warriors played their best defense of the quarter here as Steph goes under the screen, daring Dion to shoot. While this closeout by Iguodala wasn't great, Varejao and Clark help and recover nicely. On the reversal, Steph is there to force Waiters to the baseline with Draymond there to contain. And as the shot clock winds down, Cantor has to throw this up. This triggers a fast break and a way for them to narrow this lead further. The pass from Clark is behind Draymond, but not enough that it should lead to a drop out of bounds. Waiters brings the ball up into some bizarre offense. Definitely not what Donovan wanted when Kanter and Waiters played catch with each other. On the reverse to Foy, watch Clark force baseline as he should, but instead of containing the ball, Draymond starts to hustle up to the elbow. This mistake gives a line to the basket, nice pass to Adams who can't finish, but when Kanter is in there, this is what he does. The Warriors run a nice motion weak set into a flare for Curry into a ball screen, and Waiters simply can't stay connected. Kanter foolishly reaches for the dribble, and Curry gets a good look and a splash. Another high screen for KD, this time with Varejão's man, who couldn't play this any worse. KD collapses the defense, sucks Draymond into the contest, allowing his man to slide right in there for the rebound and the putback. While the Thunder led by 6 after one quarter, there wasn't much indication that this game would get out of hand as quickly as it did. Stay tuned shortly for our next look into the second quarter and how it all went right for the Thunder.